This weekend left me with that feeling NASCAR sometimes gives you, the kind where you just know something bigger is going on beneath the surface. Because on the surface it looked like just another Bristol race weekend. Some chaos, some contact, the usual madness at the world's fastest half mile. But when you start digging a little deeper, things do not feel that simple at all. We have got two major stories coming out of Bristol Motor Speedway, and both of them hit in completely different ways. One of them might genuinely change how you look at penalties and inspections for the rest of this season, and the other brings a level of tension that could shake things up all the way to the playoffs. This is NASCAR Track News, the channel built for real fans who follow every lap and every storyline in this sport. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button right now. We are building something real here for fans who actually care about what is happening beyond just the race results. Now let us get into it. Let us start with what actually went down at Bristol Motor Speedway behind the scenes. Because even though things looked relatively clean on the surface, there was a whole lot happening that did not make the highlight reel. First, let us talk about the two big names that got attention immediately after the race: Larson and Tyler Reddick. Both of their cars were sent to NASCAR Research and Development Center in Concord, North Carolina. If you have been watching this sport for a while, you know that sometimes that is routine, but other times it signals that NASCAR either saw something, suspected something, or simply wants a deeper look at teams running at an exceptionally high level. And both of those guys have been genuinely fast. So naturally, fans started asking questions the moment that news broke. But here is the critical part. After tearing both cars completely down at the RD Center, NASCAR found absolutely nothing wrong. Both cars were cleared, no penalties, no violations. Completely legal and good to go heading into Kansas, but that was only one part of the Bristol story, because before the race even started, things were already getting messy. 5 teams picked up pre-race inspection penalties before the green flag even dropped. Kyle Larson, Michael McDowell, Ross Chastain, Cole Custer, and Chad Fincham all ran into problems. Most of them lost their car chiefs for pit selection, and at Bristol, where track position is absolutely everything, that is a significant competitive disadvantage before the race even begins. MC Dowell was the exception, losing his engineer instead. Then during the race itself, more issues piled up. Pit road speeding penalties hit Christopher Bell, Chase Briscoe, John Hunter Nemechek, Tyler Reddick, and Brad Keselowski. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. picked up a safety violation. Michael McDowell had too many crew members over the wall on lap 255. Zane Smith was penalized for equipment interference on lap 131. When you lay all of that out together, Bristol was far from a clean race weekend. And over in the Truck Series, Christian X made contact with Corey Heim late in the race. If you remember the tension between those two from the 2024 Truck Series championship battle, you already knew that was not going to pass without debate. X clipped Heim going into turn 1 and sent him into the wall. NASCAR spoke with X but handed down no penalty. So officially no major post-race punishments came out of Bristol. But when you look at everything together, the inspections, the pre-race penalties, the pit road violations, and the on-track incidents, it is very clear that NASCAR had its eyes on a lot of teams very closely this weekend. Now let us get into the second story, because one specific penalty from Bristol opened up a much bigger conversation. And that conversation involves Tyler Reddick, who did not hold back after the race. Reddick made it very clear that the pit road speeding penalty completely derailed what could have been another strong result for the number 45 car. And if you understand Bristol, you understand exactly why that kind of mistake is so devastating there. He explained that at Bristol, one error puts you in a hole that is almost impossible to climb out of. Before the penalty, his car was genuinely fast and running near the front. After serving the penalty, he dropped deep into the field, lost all track position, and got buried in heavy traffic. And once you are stuck in traffic at Bristol, your rhythm is gone and your race is essentially over. But Reddick did not stop there. He also directed his comments toward NASCAR itself. He pointed out that with 4 wins in the last 7 races, it feels like 23XE Racing is receiving scrutiny that goes beyond what other teams are experiencing. He said their car keeps getting pulled for deeper inspections week after week. He acknowledged that NASCAR is doing its job, but said it is starting to feel excessive. He even suggested that when a team starts winning at this level, the dynamic changes and sometimes it feels like there is an effort to balance things out. That is an incredibly strong statement from a driver who is currently one of the hottest in the entire sport. After Bristol, his car was sent to the RD Center once again, and once again, no issues were found. Everything came back completely clean. So officially and legally, 23XI Racing is doing everything right. But from a driver's perspective, you can absolutely understand the frustration. When you are winning races, building momentum, and then dealing with race-ruining penalties on top of constant inspections, it starts to pile up even when every inspection comes back clean. And this adds an entirely new layer to the 2026 championship picture. Tyler Reddick is not just one of the fastest drivers on the track right now. He is becoming one of the biggest storylines in all of NASCAR, both on and off the racetrack. Here is my honest take as a NASCAR Track News fan. NASCAR is doing its job. Pit road speeding is black and white. You either exceed the limit or you do not. And pre-race inspection failures are on the teams, not on NASCAR. Those rules exist for a reason. But here is where it gets genuinely interesting. Even with all the extra attention and multiple trips to the RD Center, 23XI Racing keeps coming back completely clean every single time. That tells you something important. This team is not cutting corners. They are simply fast because they have done the work and built a better car. I do understand Reddick's frustration, though. When you combine a race-ruining penalty with the feeling that your team is under a microscope every single week, it starts to feel like everything is stacking against you, even if technically every part of the process is fair. And here is the thing. Both of those realities can exist at the same time. NASCAR can be enforcing the rules correctly, and a driver can still feel the weight of that pressure growing heavier every week. That tension is real, and it is only going to grow louder as we get closer to the playoffs. So here is where we land after Bristol. On the surface, it looked like a normal race weekend. But underneath, we saw pre-race penalties hit 5 teams, pit road violations stack up across the field, truck series drama between X and Heim, and one of the sport's hottest drivers publicly questioning how his team is being treated. None of that is small, and none of it goes away heading into Kansas. The big question now is what comes next. If the inspections keep happening, if the tension keeps building, and if drivers keep speaking out, we could be heading into one of the most intense stretches of the 2026 NASCAR season. And here on NASCAR Track News, we are going to be watching every single lap of it. I want to hear from you right now. Do you think NASCAR is just doing its job and enforcing the rules equally? Or does it feel like certain teams are getting more attention? Drop your honest opinion in the comments below because I read every single one. Hit that like button, subscribe to NASCAR Track News, and turn on your notifications so you never miss an update. I am your host, and I will see you at the next green flag. Keep the rubber side down.